Well guys, I finally beat the big boss, and I did that like yesterday. Overall, this boss was really cool. I wish I could have had the sound effects for it to appreciate it more, but I really enjoyed the fight. My build did pretty well. I did encounter a few different weird things or bugs, like I was fighting this guy. He's also one of the newer bosses, and I got him down to like plot armor. Like you could see just a sliver of health. And I didn't know the fight very well, but it did seem like this was a little bit unfair. Like maybe it did take me a second too long, but I don't think I would have got there anyways. Either way, the totems killed him, and that worked out well for me. So, totems W. But overall, the build's been really good. Your clear's crazy, bossing's crazy. You basically just run around, drop totems. They need to get targeted by the enemies. So if you run into a bad situation, just drop totems and you kind of run away. They'll kind of clear everything. I think they even work on those bosses that have that tag that you have to be in proximity, otherwise they're invulnerable. I think that totems actually still apply to those guys. So now that I've cleared the big bosses, it's time to like actually farm. So I'm running full tablets, I'm running like level 80 area, so that's when you corrupt at tier 16. And I'm doing everything I can to try to get the areas as high a level as I can so I can actually level up. Now the new Atlas tree is a little bit difficult because basically as you add points the game becomes harder but more rewarding. And you can see this boss had like 7 million HP or something crazy. Just a reminder, I do play on Xbox, so the clips are shorter than you might expect, that's why. Figured I'd go ahead and show you the map mods. There's a ton. But okay, just looking at stuff like jump links and whatnot. I think it's a pretty standard setup. We're running spell totems, and we're using spark. As our damage right now is like 24k on it. Once we have 6 totems up. And these are the supports I'm using, which I like the best. We're using flame wall, and that's also a higher level, and the reason why I'm using that is it basically adds like another 14% more damage on top of what we're doing. And it's the same setup as we started on day 2. We did make some changes to the passive tree. One of the big things is that I do love Hinder on this. It's been really good. We're still prioritizing mana efficiency, regenerate, and basically like pen. But there have been some changes. We're doing weapon set 1 as totem damage and weapon set 2 for our curses and exposure. You can kind of see that a little bit over here. And then overall, you may have noticed I'm only running 2 ascendancy points because I hate doing the ascendancies in this game. So we are working to the Minor Matter and the Ancestral Bond keystones. We are not doing the Eldritch Battery, even though it seems like most people are. I just don't feel like we need that much damage. Overall, weapon set 2 is like set for curses and exposure, and now we're actually speccing to crit finally that we're like level 90. Projectile speed and totem placement speed are huge quality of life, so also get those. In terms of gearing, we really do prioritize mana, life, and just resistances, since that basically creates our effective hit pool. Our job is basically not to get one shot and let the totems do the rest. I'd say right now we're probably about 20 divine into the build. If I wanted to really push it, each upgrade is going to cost significantly more. And to be honest, I cleared tier 15's easy, tier 16's easy, I haven't had any issues with the bosses. And pretty much every time I die, just because of like user error, like I could have played better. So I gotta say the build is really solid. Now for mandatory things, the rune they put in this helmet, where you get meta skill efficiency, seems mandatory. It reduces the cost of your totems, like the spirit cost, as well as like the reservation for your Archmage, which is really important. One thing you might notice is I'm going for general spell levels, and that's because I actually want my totems to be much tankier. And we still got level 29 Spark, but I want my totems to actually survive. The kind of reason why we're not running Eldritch Battery is because the tome cost ends up being too high to sustain. Then we picked up these gloves that give us a guaranteed crit damage bonus, so we just spec in a crit rate from that point on. Because I do love the build a lot, but it does require a lot of moving parts, and the less you have to invest in things, the better. So just pick up a crit rate over there, and a little bit over here for some damage. In terms of our Atlas progression, I actually did a lot. Obviously the tower's done, the little side areas are done, and I'm kind of going through every blue mark. I'm at 155 out of like 311, so about halfway done now. And I prioritized rare monsters, monster packs, strong boxes, and basically anything that let me use my tablets more or give me more effectiveness. Now there are a few bugs. I reported a few different ones. One of the big ones I noticed is that when I go and hit tablets of Alx, and I can do that now since I defeated the Arbiter Divinity, I've had a couple times where it gave me 3 mods instead of 4, like it should, and it was always a shrine mod. So I'm not sure if that's counted as 2 mods or what's going on, but it's just another bug, and GGG is working on a ton of stuff. I feel like this patch has been very ambitious and also very fun. Last and most expensive things are probably the jewels. Plus 2 all spark jewels, the Heart of the Well. I like mana efficiency and duration on mine to give me a max breakpoint on Arc. In case you didn't know, Arc has a damage interval, meaning that you have to hit a certain amount of duration for it to keep applying damage. These jewels are kind of expensive, but we didn't need crit damage bonus, just crit rate. Now, one of the things I really want to do this league is complete the full challenges. And I'm doing okay. I feel like I got all the hard ones done. And I'm just going to be progressing from there, because this is going to be probably the last big patch before launch as far as I know, and I want to do this in the beta. So I'm a totem enjoyer. I love this build. I'm excited to complete my challenges. I'll probably do a new build after I do that. But yeah, if you want to see more, like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.